Hi YouTube, I have an extra fun and challenging workout in store for you today. Today's workout is a reformer inspired mat Pilates flow. So a lot of the moves that we're gonna do are reminiscent of things that you would do on the reformer, some of the classical repertoire blended into a really fun and challenging mat flow. Option to do this with just body weight, so no equipment required. However, if you're up for the challenge, I'm gonna recommend some ankle weights if you have them handy. I'm gonna do the workout with the ankle weights on, so I'll tell you when to put them on and where to put them on. Sometimes we'll have them on our wrists, sometimes we'll have them on our ankles. So grab these if you wanna level it up and take that challenge. If not, it still will be fun and challenging with just your body weight. We're gonna start today with a standing workout. This is actually gonna be standing footwork, so very similar to the footwork that you would do on a reformer. Let's start first with our breathing. So I want you to ground your feet about hips width apart. Plant firmly all pressure points of your feet down into the ground. So think about rooting through your feet. Let's just take our fingertips to our ribs. I like to use this as a little signal cue about your breathing. So as you take those fingertips to your ribs, I want you to inhale, create space, trying to separate those fingertips as much as you can with a big, deep inhale. So deep inhale, think about breathing laterally. Deep exhale, everything comes out. And we pull that belly button in towards our spine. Let's do 3 more together. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. So I'm not actually moving my hands or my shoulders here. I'm just trying to move those fingertips, separating them with my breath. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Nice brace core. Last 2. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Last one together. Now, while keeping our core active, so I want you to maintain that brace, have a slight tuck to your pelvis so you find that neutral spine. Let's start with some simple squats here. So sit your glutes back. Stand yourself up. Sinking into your squat and lowering it down. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Now let's add in a rotation. As we come down, I want you to twist, stand yourself up, come back to center. Come down, twist, stand yourself up, come back to center. Let's do 5 more each side. Come down, get a nice thoracic twist. Try to keep your heels planted. Back to center, down, twist. Last 4. Still planting through all points of our feet here. You can pick up the pace if you're feeling confident. Trying to deepen that stretch, that rotation as much as you can through that thoracic spine. Last 2 here, twist. Try to meet that elbow towards our thigh. Last one. And now let's do some squats with our heels lifted. So I want you to lift your heels, focusing more on our quads here. We're gonna lower ourselves down and come up. Try to really stabilize through your ankles while you keep your heels lifted. Whew. It's okay if you need to tap those heels down, just like I did. Find that balance, use your core to help you. You may hear some snap, crackle, pop of those knees. That's okay, as long as it's not painful. 2, and 1. Perfect. Now, let's connect our heels, keeping our heels lifted, but they're connected. So I want you to, and this is almost like a big plie, or that first position that you do on the reformer with your footwork. So I want you to bend, squeeze, to pull your inner thighs together as you come up. So let's come down. Squeeze, keeping our heels lifted the entire time. Really focus on flexing through your glutes and your quads and your inner thighs. A little bit of a balance challenge. 4 more here. 3. Lift those knees up, or heels up a little bit higher while you straighten your knees. Last one. And now let's go wide. Let's find a nice sumo squat here. Squat yourself down and back up. 2, and 1. I want you to stay low on this one. Let's get some little hip openers here. So just shift our weight side to side while we stay low, keeping our belly pulled in. 4, 3, really shift side to side. 2, and 1. Let's fold forward, feel that stretch through your hamstrings. Walk your feet in together, and let's slowly roll ourselves up. And let's make our way down to the floor. I want you to find a zigzag position with your knees. So let's take your left knee in front or your left leg in front. You have a nice bend to that knee, and the sole of your left foot is really close to the knee of your right leg. If this is comfortable for your hips, I want you to stay in this position here. We're gonna do a mermaid, which is a move that you often do on the reformer, moving the reformer. So we're gonna get that nice rotation, that nice lateral stretch in. So let's start by first taking our left fingertips, walking them over, reaching really long with our right hand over. And then let's come back all the way seated. So do a few of those, getting some breathing in at the bottom. Deep inhale, exhale, and come up. And really walk your fingers out as much as you can so you can deepen that stretch as you reach it over, and walk your fingertips back. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Now let's add in a rotation. I want you to twist and open yourself back up. 4 of these. Open, twist, and open. Exhale as you come up. Last one for me here. Walk it all the way over. And then come back. Now from here, let's get some nice hip opener action going. So I want you to take your left hand behind. I want you to reach up behind you and lower yourself down. Let's do 4 of these. Also feel a stretch through the front of your quads. Last 2. And 1. And now let's switch sides. So now we have our right foot in front. We find that open position where our sole of our right foot is right along the top of our left knee now. We find a nice seated position here. We start with some simple walk outs with our right hand. We reach ourselves over, feeling that nice stretch, and we walk ourselves back. Maybe pausing at the bottom for a second here to get some nice breathing in. And we walk it back. Trying to really get that lateral side bend to your body. Because as you guys know, if you've worked out with me before, Pilates is all about training your spine in all directions. So we're getting a little lateral bending in here, and we're also adding in some rotation. So we have 4 of those rotations coming up. Last one here, then we go for our rotations. Let's lean it over, and let's twist. And open ourselves back up. Twist. And open. Twist. And open. Last one here. Twist. And open. And now we go for those presses. So let's find our right hand behind us. Reach it up. Feel that stretch through the front of your quad and through your hips. And 1. Lower it down. Now let's do a little flexion for our spine. So I want you to bring your feet out a little bit wider than hips width apart. I want you to start with a really tall spine here. Starting with a flat back, a tall spine. I want you to dive forward, reach, and bring yourself up. We have 4 of these. Pulling your abdominals in here. So spine stretch forward as we reach. Last 2. Keep your core active, creating that really round shape before you unstack. Last 1. And let's finish with a little bit more thoracic action. So we're gonna do a saw here. Left hand comes to your right leg. You reach your right hand behind and you twist. 4 on each side. Twist, reach. Perfect. Keep your abdominals active, really reaching for those toes. You'll notice after the first few, you may be able to get a little bit deeper or reach a little bit lower. Last one. And relax it down. Shake out those hip flexors, whatever you need to do. We are moving on and we are going to grab for those ankle weights. So let's grab those ankle weights. If you're gonna take the challenge and use ankle weights, like I said, you don't have to. This workout will still be challenging for you without them, but I love it as an option to level it up. So let's place our ankle weights on. Yes, I did have to grab a sweatband because I already started sweating during the warm up and I just got my hair done, so not about to sweat it out. So we're gonna find a nice lying position here, lying down on our mat. We are going to do footwork. This footwork is gonna feel different than the standing footwork that we did. The standing footwork that we did was more lower body focus, so it was more similar to what it feels like on a reformer. This is what it looks like on a reformer, but you'll notice this is gonna be way more core focus. So I want you to find a nice lying position. We're gonna find an ab curl here. We're gonna connect our feet together and we're gonna find that like parakeet position a lot of people reference on reformers. So it's kind of like you're rolling your feet. Imagine the foot bar is there and you're keeping everything zippered together. I want you to find that hold here. We're gonna reach it out, extend your legs long, bring it in. Trying to keep everything zippered together. We have 6 more. Before we change that feet position, really try to hold that lift. 2, 1, perfect. Now I want you to lower yourself down, give your neck a little reset. Now let's connect our heels. So I want you to connect your heels. You'll find that first position, just like we did when we were standing earlier. Find that first position by separating your toes. Find that ab curl here. Let's reach it out and bring it in. Holding that lift, really trying to clear your shoulder blades, keep your ribs down, keep your core connected so everything pulled in tight. Try to avoid any doming of your stomach here. 3, keeping that separation of your feet, but your heels connected, squeezing your inner thighs together. Last one, and bring it in. Take a second here. I want you to hold that curl again. You lift from your head and chest. You hold that perfect shape. Let's bring our feet together. We're gonna do little heel lifts and lower. Lifts and lower, moving from your ankles for 6, for 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Great job. You may guess what's coming next. We're gonna hit a full 100. So 100 is that shape that we just had, except we're adding in some vigorous pumps of our arms. I won't make you do the full 100, but I'll count it for you. We're gonna count in sets of 10. So I'm gonna say 1, and it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We won't do a full 100, but we'll do it together here. I want you to hold that perfect shape. Keep your belly pulled in. Keep that lift of your chest. If you need to, you can do this in tabletop. There is no pressure to keep your legs extended, or you can take your feet down to the ground and just do your ab curl. So whatever your body's feeling today, let's build some heat through that core. When you're ready, give me that nice inhale. Let's reach our arms up. Let's find a position that we choose for our legs, and let's pump for 1. Let's get some vigorous breathing. 2, 3, see if you can lift a little higher, sink that belly in a little bit more. 4, in for 4, out for 4 with your breathing. 5, and let's lower it down. Great job. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm. Now I want you to extend your right leg long here. We're gonna take our left leg to the ceiling. From here, we're gonna circle down and around, trying to stabilize through your core. Circle down and around, 5 in each direction. And reverse. Really try to focus on using your core to help you create the same circle that you're tracing every single time. Not losing that connection, not moving just from our socket of our hip, but I want you to think about moving through your core as you help trace that perfect circle. Last one, hold that leg up, hold that curl up, single leg stretch to transition. Last 4, last 3, lift a little higher, pull a little deeper through that hamstring stretch. 2, and 1, bring it down, right leg goes down, everything comes down. Let's find that circle for our right leg. Circle down and around. Keep a nice point to your toes, so keep energy through that leg as you cross your midline, but not letting your hip rock off here. So I really want you to keep your hips anchored down, keep your pelvis really still. And let's find that reverse. 3, as big as you'd like to feel that challenge. 2, my poor plant gets kicked so many times during our sessions. I really need to move it. Last one. And let's hug those knees in. Take a second, rock side to side. Now we'll work our way into some teaser work also, which can be done on the reformer. So I want you to plant both of your feet, find a nice bend to your knees. We're gonna start just with our left leg. I want you to reach your arms up behind your head. Exhale, lift, find a teaser position. Anchor just slightly through your right toes. And then I want you to lower yourself down, straightening out that left leg. Let's do 6 of these together. Exhale, reach, lower yourself down. 5 more, exhale, lift, find that balance. Stay really light through that right leg. If you wanna go full teaser, you absolutely can. We gotta leave some steam in our tank because we do have some more core work coming later. Last 2. Last 1, let's hold at the top. Let's bend that left knee. Let's do little toe tap switches. For 6, 5, 4, we're gonna straighten out that right leg. 3, 2, 1, straighten out the right, plant your left toes, let's lower down. Let's find 6 here. Exhale, lift. Find that balance each time. Try to straighten out that back after that initial roll. 3, try to avoid any momentum, nice and slow. Last 2, and lower it down. 4, 1. Great job. Now this next series does get a little wristy, so I recommend rolling out your wrists a bit here. We're gonna find a comfortable position that we can firmly plant our body weight in through the heels of our hands. So I like to face my fingertips towards my glutes. If you need to have a slight external rotation, that is okay as well. So let's find a nice bend to our knees from here. I want you to press through your hands, press through your heels, lift, squeeze your glutes at the top, tap your glutes down. 6 of these. Last 4. We're gonna add on a layer coming up. 2, and 1. Now we're gonna do something that looks very similar to a tendon stretch on the reformer. So the next thing that we're gonna do is similar to a tendon stretch on the reformer. So I want you to go wider with your hands here. We're gonna lift your glutes up just like you did in that first initial series, but you're gonna send your hips back. You're gonna engage your core to pull your hips back and swing it forward. So let's do it together. Let's find that lift. Our hands are a little bit wider. Find that lift. Let's rock to our heels. Pull your glutes back, straighten out your legs, and then bring yourself forward. 6 of these. Exhale, pull everything back. Last 4. Last 3. 2. Last 1. And lower it down. Let's go back to that reverse tabletop position and do a little bit for our triceps before we move on to our lower body. So I want you to lift your hips up here. Let's give a nice bend to our elbows and then press through your hands. The straighter your legs are, the more challenging it is. Let's do 8 total together. Tap your glutes down. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, you got this. Last 1. And lower it down. Next up, we're gonna take it to a side lying series, which is one of my absolute favorite lower body series to do on the reformer. So I want you to find the back of your arm or your tricep of your right arm down. Find a comfortable position to prop your head up. Left fingertips are gonna come behind your ears here. We're gonna lift our left leg up. Our right leg can just bend down and be comfortable. Quick little thoracic warm up. So I want you to start with a lift. So you're activating through that active glute. We're going to sweep your leg forward. Exhale, bring it back. 4. Last 3. Try to stabilize as much as you can through your upper body and not rocking forward and back and just twisting through your spine and your lower body. Last 1. Now I want you to lift that leg up and lower it down. Lift and lower. Really think about shortening this muscle here as you lift. Little lengthening as you tap it down to the floor. 4. Last 3, last 2, and 1. I want you to do the same thing, except now I want you to do an internal rotation. So you're gonna twist your toes down to the floor. You're gonna give me 8 of these. Point your toes down to the floor, sweep it up. So it's like your heel is facing the ceiling. Even one of these is brutal. Last 4. Keep that internal rotation. Keep your pelvis really still. Last 1, and bring it down. Give it a little reset. Whatever your body needs, we're gonna do straight sweeps forward now. So keep a nice high lift. I want you to sweep your foot forward, sweep it back. Sweep it forward and sweep it back. Really think about lifting that bottom oblique. So you're not sinking into that side, you're staying active through your trunk even though we're focusing on your lower body. Keep that leg nice and high. Last 2 and 1. Let's finish off with some nice fire hydrants. So I want you to lift that top leg up and lower it down. Up and down, keeping a nice bent knee. Last 4, we're gonna add on. I know I said this last bit, but we're gonna push it to the limit. We're gonna add on to our fire hydrant. 2 and 1, lift that fire hydrant, give me that extension of that leg, bend it back in, lower it down. Try not to let your knees connect here. Make it extra challenging. So you just lower to like half a centimeter off that leg, so you're not distributing any of that challenge down to your bottom leg. Lift, extend. Last 4 here. Reach. Last 2, you got this. We got this. Last 1. And lower it down. Before we switch sides, let's go ahead and roll over to our back and we'll do some glute max work since we were just working our outer glutes, outer thighs. Now I want you to find a nice bridge position here. So let's start with just both feet planted down just to warm up both sides here. Press through your heels and then we'll move on to a single leg. Bridge it up, trying to not let your pelvis rock back. So you're not like hip thrusting up. You're keeping that core active so your pelvis stays nice and neutral, even at the top. Last 1. Hold here. I want you to find a march position. Bring one knee in towards your nose and switch, all while staying lifted. 6 on each side. Lower it down. Always moving with control, making sure you're not slamming your feet to the ground as you switch sides. Last 2. Last 1. Let's stay lifted here. Stay nice and high. I want you to now reach your right foot up to the ceiling. Tap your glutes down. Single leg bridge on your left side. If you feel any strain in your knee, walk your foot forward and back. Try to find a comfortable position because you don't want too much tension on that knee while you bridge all of your body weight up. We're gonna hold high. 2 and 1, let's hold high. Let's sweep that right leg down, flex it up. Sweep and flex. 4 more. Sweep and flex. Last 3. Sweep, lift a little higher. Press through that left heel a little harder. 2 and 1, let's plant that right foot down. Give yourself a second before we switch sides. Now we have left foot to the ceiling. Same thing, single leg bridge followed by those leg sweeps. So let's bridge it up, tap it down. Last 4, before we find those sweeps down. 3, this side's nice and fresh, so you should really be able to get a nice range of motion. 2, 1, let's hold high, sweep it down and up. Down and up. Pelvis stays really still. Last 1. And lower it down. And now let's switch around so we're still facing each other and let's do our other side of our side lying. So I want you to find a nice comfortable position, making sure you're not sinking too much into your bottom side oblique. So you can counteract that by pulling your right hip away from your right armpit. That will get a nice little lift. Remember, keep your belly, ribs pulled in, everything active. You can bend that bottom knee here. We start with nice lift, give ourselves a second, and then we bring our right fingertips behind our ears for that twist. Come forward and back. So before when I said, make sure you're not moving too much through your upper body. Yes, technically your upper body is moving a bit here, but what I want you to make sure you're not doing is like swinging so much forward and backward without control. I want you to really focus on that lower body as we come forward and back. We're gonna find our lifts coming up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's find a good starting position. Core activated. We start with our foot parallel to the ground. We lower our toes down, up and down. At this point, if you want to bring your fingertips down, you can as well. 4. Last 3, we have that internal rotation coming up. Last 2, and 1, internal rotation, toes go down. Sweep it back. 4, 3, 2, twist it a little deeper. 1, lower it down. Give yourself a second, whatever your body needs. We're gonna start with that lift up and we sweep it forward and back. So let's find that lift and we sweep forward and back. Staying lifted as much as we can. Staying really still with everything except that leg. Exhaling as we come back, inhaling as we come forward. Exhale. Really fight against that ankle weight. Last 3. Last 2. We find those fire hydrants up next. Last 1, bring it down. Let's start jumping straight to our fire hydrants. We go up and down. Make sure your knees are bent in here where you can keep a nice parallel shin and knee. Remember, we're just barely letting it connect, so we're not losing any of that activation. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's add on here. We lift, we kick out, swing it back, lower it down. Lift, kick it out, bend it in, lower it down. 6 more. Stay strong. Last 4. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Best 1. And relax it down. Take a second, flip on your back. Let's do a quick little figure 4 stretch just to get out of those outer glutes before we move on. We're gonna do a little arm ab combo up next. We're actually gonna take the ankle weights off of our ankles and we are going to place them onto our wrists. So do whatever stretching to transition that you need. Take your weights, they are now gonna become wrist weights, and let's do a fun little reformer arm series on the mat. If you don't have ankle weights, you can also do this upper body series with some light dumbbells if you wanna activate your upper body a little bit more, or you can just follow along with your body weight. So we're gonna start with a tall seated spine here. So I want your abs engaged, your spine long. We're gonna flip our palms facing the ceiling. From here, I want you to dive forward. Big exhale as you dive forward, reach for your toes, reach out. And then I want you to reach your arms long, palms facing the floor, flip your hands outside, come down by your sides and repeat. So dive forward. Inhale as we come up, flip your palms outward and come back. Let's do 6 more together. Reach, lift it up, activate your abdominals as you straighten out your back, flip your palms outward and repeat. Lift. It's imagining if you had those straps in your hands if you were on the reformer. But hopefully you feel the movement through your shoulders here. 3 more. Flip it out. Bring it in. Last 2. Flip it out. Bring it in. Last 1. Flip it out and bring it down. Perfect. Now I want you to flatten that back and we're going to maintain a flat back. We're going to take our elbows bent in front. I want you to lean yourself back and let's circle down and around and unstack your spine. So we're reaching up. I like to use an analogy. Imagine you're trying to brush some bangs out of your eyes. So I want you with a flat back, you hinge yourself back, circle your hands down and around, come all the way straight. Hinge yourself back. Circle down and around, come all the way straight. Hinge yourself back. 3 more. Down and around, all the way straight. Hinge yourself back. These require a little bit of choreography, so that's why I like to repeat the cues here. Last 2. Last 1. Hopefully you're feeling your abs here. and bring it in. Let's do one more series before we move on to our core finisher. So I want you to find a tabletop position from here. If you are up for the challenge, you're gonna reach your right leg out and hold that here. I want you to take your arms out and slide them back by the side. Reach out, so you're going out almost into a T shape. Sweeping it forward, sliding it back. 3 more. Out, bring it in. Out, bring it in. Last one before we reverse, out, bring it in, and let's reverse other way around. We go forward, we sweep it out. Forward and out. Forward and out. Last 3, 2, keep that arm lifted nice and high. 1, and let's switch sides. Same thing on our other side. So option to extend that leg. If you did on the opposite side, you extend that leg out, you reach your right hand out straight. You start out for that T shape, you sweep it forward, you slide it back to your side body. Exhale as you reach it out, slow and controlled. Try to avoid any momentum. Use your core to help you keep that leg lifted. And let's reverse. We go forward like you're swimming. Pull it out. Last 2. Last 1. And lower it down. Hopefully you're feeling good. Let's move on to our core finisher. So I want you to meet me in a plank position. You're gonna reach your legs out straight behind. So we're in that plank. We're gonna shift our weight forward and backward. It's almost like we're on a reformer. So you're rolling forward and backward, moving from your shoulders, but also using your toes here to help you shift. 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, and 1. Find that plank. Now I want you to lift. Shift forward, lift one leg. Bring it down and switch. And switch. And switch. 4 more each side. And switch. And switch. 2, little lifts, little ankle mobility. And 1, lower it down. Send your hips back. Last core challenge here. We're gonna do a knee stretch variation. So I want you to find a bear hold here. I want you to really round through your back. So think about creating a crunch shape up in the air. You're gonna hold. We're gonna take a right knee out and in. Try to bring your knee in as you come in. For 5, 4, 3, keep that round shape, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides, out and in. Sit those hips back. 5, last 4, you got this. 3, I know you're feeling it in that quad. Last 2, keep your belly pulled in, and 1, lower it down. Great work. Thanks for joining me for today's workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I love teaching it. I love reformer. I'd love to bring you more of these reformer inspired workouts. We can even incorporate some props that will really mimic the feeling that you get on a reformer. Like sliders are a great way to mimic a reformer. So let me know if you guys would be interested in more reformer inspired workouts, and I will catch you guys next time.